Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Joe Clear. Checking out Bug News. Damn it.
Hello, this is Bug News, and today we're going to talk about Ready to Love and one of the cast members on Ready to Love. So, for those of you who are not familiar with Ready to Love is a dating show on OWN Network where people go through a journey to try to find love. I guess the theme of the show is in the game show sense. They do, I guess, evaluations, mental evaluations, and they also background checks allegedly. Um, but in my humble opinion, they pick people because in this modern day and time, or what we consider modern day, although it's a lot of chaos, but in this modern day and time, picking a person and picking personalities and things like that, people have down to a science, and pretty much they had it down to a science probably 100 years ago. Yeah, but anyway, that's another discussion. Um, so the topic at hand is an interview that Tony did. Tony is one of the cast members on Ready to Love. I guess he will be the. I could be wrong, but I know it's two terms that they use when people are making movies and making TV shows: the protagonist and I think the antagonist or something like that. But he's the main character or a person that stood out in the reality world. So if you can stand out in reality worlds and get that social media pumping, you pretty good, or you're pretty interesting in this case. So Tony, he had dated or showed interest that was shown on the show to two people, and those two persons were Marcia and Morgan. And in the background, it's a little joke I say. He goes see Marcia and Morgan during the week. Somehow he splits his time and he goes sees the person that was in the background, Natasha. He goes sees her after 6 on Sundays. They watch the game together. It's just a little joke. I mean, I thought it was funny, but some people may not. So if you're a feminist at this point, as we are like 2 minutes in, I suggest you stop listening because you might be a little offended. But so Tony did an interview on Crystal XO's show, and this is a spoiler alert, but I suggest you check it out. So basically, Tony, saying the show wasn't really a representation of who he was. Probably was a representation of who he was after the Henny hit. And with Hennessy. And there was one scene on the show, or one episode, they showed a scene, and he was opening up that bottle of Hennessy with like a smile, like, yeah, I'm about to I'm about to drink this. Is the only way I can describe it. And I drink Hennessy myself, and I just knew after that he's gonna be turned up. But allegedly, Natasha was saying that he had a drinking problem. Now, of course, during Natasha's interview, she had a different take on the situation. She admitted that she and Tony was dating. She admitted that it might have been a little knees by the ears type of situation, and I guess that's the best way I can describe it. And the person that was pushing the knees was Tony. But so she said they were dating, and she felt, just paraphrasing, she felt, maybe a little misled, but not too misled. And, she put that out there. But we only knew that because of Morgan. Now, during Crystal XO's interview, Tony's mother said she didn't like Morgan. Now, Marcia, they said she's more, I guess, more appeasing to his personality. I guess she takes the back seat, whereas Morgan, stimulates all those triggers that adult men have, in particular with Tony. And Tony liked that. Mixed that with some Henny. Although Tony said that Morgan and both of them prayed. But we all need prayer. But I have no words for that. But anyway, so he said that during the interview. And this was a very interesting interview. So he's also admitted that he's in therapy. Morgan allegedly probably just drove the man crazy, and now he needs therapy, whereas before he didn't need no therapy. He didn't want. They voted Marcia off for those who watched the show, and you might be asking why he just hooked up with Marcia if his mom didn't approve of Morgan. Well, this is after the fact was the show was going on, but he voted Marcia off because he didn't want that conflict. At this point, this is when he realized he had sold his soul to OWN, and he said he didn't want that. So I guess it's some logic there. Although cast member has said that if Marcia had stayed, Morgan was nothing. But who knows? I mean, he was on the show for 2 weeks. He was doing yoga moves with Natasha for 2 weeks. And after the 2 weeks, during that 2 weeks, he stopped seeing her because he was getting exposed. So he probably was pulling back and said, oh, damn, boy, I need to tell Morgan and I need to tell Marcia. Because I don't want this to come out and everybody gets caught in this. So he ghosted. He didn't know what was going on. But Natasha said he was just dumb because she's a lawyer, and she said they baited him and he just answered all the questions for him indirectly. Right? But he didn't admit to this on the show. And I'm pretty sure he may, you can't say that. He may have seen Natasha's interview on Sabrina Soule, who was a former participant on a reality show from a previous season. So, maybe that. Sometimes, some guys don't realize, they're not that smart. And the women, your women know you're not that smart. So it's just, and that's probably maybe why Tony's mother was like, well, Morgan's might be not the one for you because you're not that smart. And you don't know it, but Marcia knows you're not that smart, and she's nice about it. And then Natasha, I guess that was just chalk it up to the game. But we also learned that during this interview with Crystal XO, Tony said he wished he hadn't gone to reality show. And another joke I have is, mamas, don't let your kids grow up to be reality TV stars, because people like that get into the entertainment industry, such as rappers, comics, and stuff. They get accustomed. That's what they want. But a person that's on a reality show, they don't, and especially with this social media, they ain't what they want. Especially when there's feedback and on social media, it makes you reflect and things like that. So, just to paraphrase, I guess Tony, he said the show helped him because it got him in therapy, but probably, you're on a show and you're drinking, and then another side comes out and you lose that. You got this guy on this other show, they tell you not to do this, and you got the other guy on the other show to telling you to do this. Well, when the drinker comes in, the guy on the other show you tell him not to do, he's watching TV, and the guy on the other show to telling you to do, he's driving the car. And pretty much that's probably allegedly what happened in this case. Tony did point out some positive things during the interview about himself, and then their interactions that the show didn't have. He never used the words that it was editing, but he pointed out things. But I'm gonna have the interview in a link, and this is Bug News. And what do you think? Do you think Tony should listen to his mama? Or should Tony just, rock and roll? This is Bug News. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you very much.